to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions and wholesale transformation of the economy. The Pentagon budget for next year is going to exceed $738 billion. We don't know yet. And that's going to be over 60% of our discretionary federal budget. So, as they continue to ask, how are we going to pay for it? Well, there's your answer. Redirect a sizable proportion of the Pentagon budget to the Green New Deal. After all, as the Pentagon itself admits, climate change is a national security issue. And finally, any successful effort to effectively mitigate the worst scenarios of global warming necessarily depends on a coordinated response to the climate emergency with our allies and our stated enemies, something that the Pentagon itself, by its very mission, stands in diametric opposition to. We don't have a moment to lose. The people are rising. The youth are leading the way forward. We must join them.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. Okay, I'd like to introduce Paul Hubbard, founding member of the Rhode Island Anti-War Committee. He's going to speak next.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Paul. I'm a member of the Rhode Island Anti-War Committee, and I have a few thoughts. It's going to be hard. Mary Ellen covered so much of, I think, number one, what our next step should be is that we do. All right. The millennials, the young people, they're getting active. They're getting active in politics. They're protesting in the streets. Yesterday was a wonderful example of that. And we have to bring, in my opinion, we have to bring anti-war consciousness and the anti-war movement into that upsurge. I think that a lot gets sort of swept under the rug under the national security title. National security covers up a lot of U.S. war crimes, and it shuts down a lot of discussion or even thought about ending these wars, about the role of the U.S. globally. The U.S. is a global empire. We have to acknowledge that. It 700, 800, who knows how many military bases across the world. No other country comes even close. And I'd like to, I'd like to make sure that we understand the true global reach of U.S. empire and also who our allies are. Our allies are not the U.S. military, obviously. It's the people who are living under the boot of U.S. military occupations and wars. We did have a victory, in my opinion, a pretty major victory recently when the people of Venezuela stood up and not only rejected but defeated a U.S.-sponsored attempted coup in their country, trying to overthrow their legitimately elected government, trying to overthrow their whole project. They call it the Bolivarian Revolution. It's a project that's, you've seen massive
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for being here. We're at the Rhode Island State House. These folks right here are the Rhode Island Anti-War Committee. They're exercising their First Amendment right, and we support everyone that does that, whether we like the message or not. I'm out with Will Turbit from The Man the Truth. Make sure you go to his channel, subscribe, share his videos. He has a lot of exciting content to share with you guys.
government of the U.S. is initiating a lot of policies and actions that are hurting the Venezuelan people. Despite this, they recognized what was going on, and they came to the support not only of their government, but of what they feel is their
How's it going, Will? We're live.
project.
What's going on, folks? Real quick, the man of truth here. Go find me on YouTube. We're at an anti-war rally. You're going to see a lot of liberals here, and just a good thing. This is one of the few rallies that we'll go to. I'm not going to dislike parts of either side. I don't agree with the communist overvibe, or undertones, if you will, that's going on over here. But I do agree with the anti-war sentiment. When the United States was in war, we're in the longest war in U.S. history, longer than Vietnam, longer than our Civil War. People that are going off to war in Iraq and Afghanistan right now weren't even born when the war started. This is an illegal, unconstitutional war, and because of the lie about 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction, it started with Bush, Obama, and now Trump is sending some more troops into Saudi Arabia. But all started, don't forget, over a lie about 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. And it's interesting that a lot of these anti-war liberals weren't out here when Obama was bombing these countries, but it's good to see that they're back out here again. And this is the biggest thing, like I always talk about. You can have Trump, you can have Bernie, it doesn't make a difference. The military-industrial complex, the CIA, and the Federal Reserve are the people that are running things, and it doesn't make a difference. Democrat, Republican, the drones don't stop, the bombs don't stop, the wars don't stop. So until we address the real issues, nothing unfortunately is going to happen. But stay tuned to this channel later on today. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to Auditing America, do that. Hit the bell, get the notifications, because we've got some crazy content coming up later on today.
We have to be on guard for that. If the Trump administration decides it's going to take some kind of action against the country of Iran, we have to be ready to oppose this. We need to have a clear today, this rally is a little bit small. This has been sort of a state of anti-war organizing since 2009, 2008. But we're going to see a resurgence on events because the U.S. empire is in the rest of the world. That's not what they're designed to do. That's not their program. And we have to be ready to make sure that we're in solidarity with the oppressed peoples of the world opposing interferences in their countries, attempted coups against their elected governments, the whole smorgasbord of actions, sanctions especially, which flip one to various countries that are imposed by the U.S. Sanctions doesn't involve military troops on the ground, but it is a form of warfare. It killed, sanctions killed, countries can't get medicine.
I wish I had sunglasses. You sure?
It's very, very coarse, diplomatic way of power to try to intimidate smaller countries into the U.S. demands for whatever it is. So I'm glad to see that everybody came out today and that we're conscious of this. I was at the climate strike yesterday. It was pretty awesome. Mary Ellen covered, the idea that we really need to have a synergy between the climate movement and the anti-war movement. They're the same base. So that's about it. Any questions?
Thanks, Will. All right, I'd like to, Matt Ritchie of the Grad War Watch, runs as a about Yemen? Thank you.
Hopefully I'm a better speaker than sign holder. I'm sorry for those who couldn't read. So, as Kim said, my name is Matt Ricci. I'm a representative from Ground War Watch, which is Brown University's anti-war organization. I'm going to speak briefly to you today about the ongoing war in, or perhaps more appropriately, destruction of Yemen. So it's a good idea to start with recent events. So I'll note that just today, President Trump announced that, quote, moderate amount of troops we sent to Saudi Arabia in response to an attack on Saudi oil depots for which Yemen's Houthi rebels have claimed responsibility. Anonymous officials predictably attributed the attack to Iran, as they have with similar incidents relating to Yemen since the start of the war, despite the fact that Iran itself, the United Nations, and various scholarly experts have repeatedly noted Iran's minimal involvement in the war. Today's sending of troops further deepens U.S. responsibility for the destruction of Yemen, which has continued unabated with critical U.S. support for critical U.S. support since it began in March of 2015. Note that this was during the Obama administration. Obama's support for Saudi Arabia being so quick and decisive as to prompt Yemeni journalist Nasser Aradi to call the war Obama's in my view, correct. Since then, around 100,000 people have died, and millions more teeter on the brink of starvation and the possibility of the world's worst cholera outbreak. The first 3 years of war, which the UN has
I think there's another one in the back.
worst humanitarian disaster, were essentially unnoticed in the United States, except by its managers, like Senators Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse, who voted to continue the war in March 2018, supposedly protect us from Iran's, quote, malign influence. And that's a quote from Jack Reed's congressional deposition.
So, how's it going, guys? Thank you so much for being here today. I'm out with Will. Make sure you go to his channel, Demand the Truth. Subscribe, share his videos. He's always speaking the truth, so make sure you check him out. We are in Providence, Rhode Island, in front of the State House. What you saw right there was the anti-war committee from Rhode Island, and if I'm not mistaken, there's another gathering in the back of the State House. We're gonna walk over there and see what's going on over there. How's everyone doing today? Thank you, Albert. Thank you. I need a coffee.
I got some K-cups at my crib not too far away. Some hazelnut blends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, there is some stuff going on over here. I thought you were pulling my leg.
No, yeah, I think I overheard them saying that they both pretty much planned for the same day accidentally.
Are they the same group? Are they? What's this group over here?
I think they still agree with them, with each other or something, but
Oh, interesting. Okay.
you cut through here.
Yeah, let's cut through.
Yeah.
Down here.
Thank you, Ontario. I really appreciate it.
Just notice how beautiful these bricks and everything, how perfect the lawn is. When you drive one block in the other direction, there's potholes everywhere.
I know.
This stuff, but over here, nice and
This is the back door that Gina uses. And the other guy, what's his Nick Mattiello.
not yellow. Yeah, both unsavory characters. Oh, wow, yeah, they get staging and everything over here.
Thank you, Dee. Yeah, Will did great at that Kamala Harris video. I think it reached 100,000 views already.
What's going on here today?
There's some kind of it's a
Okay, cool. Thank you.
welcome. Hey, can I ask you a question? I've seen you around and I
Somebody that runs away or the whole thing.
right.
However, 20 to 25 every single day. And I'm sure you saw on video.
Moms demand action. Look who's here.
That lady actually, she said, oh yeah, I saw you talking about DCYF, can you elaborate on that? She was like, oh yeah, and I saw Enrique at the detention center protest the other day, I didn't know what to make of him. She's like, I like the work that you do with DCYF and what you're doing with 9/11 and stuff, but I wasn't sure what to make of Enrique. So I checked him out and I gave him a thumbs up. So she said she liked your work. She said she wasn't sure to make of you at first, but
How?
definitely.
Well, she definitely needs to brush up on the Constitution, a little bit.
Yeah, and I believe that gentleman over there with the burgundy shirt and the shorts was at one of the rallies the other day. Where do we remember that guy from with the beard?
I know, right? Yeah, he seems very familiar. And we have the Moms Demand Action booth right over here, which sounds. I know. How does a guy run the Moms Demand Action? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to assume his gender.
One of the things I think is pretty ironic about all these leftist groups, and I love the fact that they're not only just speaking out about Trump and Bush, but also Obama and the wars that Obama helped create in Yemen, because it doesn't make a difference, like I said, Democrat and Republican, military-industrial complex, the Federal Reserve, and the CIA still run things. But I think it's interesting that Democrats and Republicans, they always complain about, oh, the government spends so much on military, they don't spend enough on healthcare, education, but yet they still want to use the government to do things. The government has failed. It doesn't make a difference. We've elected Democrats and Republicans for a long time. Nobody stopped the wars. JFK was attempting to stop the wars, stop the Cold War was going on, attempting to potentially end the Federal Reserve, and he said he wanted to shatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. And unfortunately, I believe the CIA shattered his head into 1,000 pieces as a response. So that's why we don't see a lot of good people out there. But it's sad that a lot of the liberals think they can save bad government with more government, which I don't think is the option or the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, is this overall part of the anti-war rally that's across here? Or you guys not affiliated with that?
The We the People March.
We the People March. What's that?
It's a march. It's a rally to emphasize unification as in acceptance of all people. And yeah, it serves as a platform for different political organizations.
Cool. And when does that start?
That should start around 11. I don't know.
11?
What it is.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So welcome here for a second. Everybody who's up to the wait. Oh, shoot, you're going to be gone downstairs. I'm saying clown boss, I can't tell you. So, the dude behind you, I don't want to, I don't know what I want you to, because he already knows me. He knows me and you work together. Yep. But one of these dudes over here is a less than scrupulous journalist. So I just wanted to walk away from him in a sec. He runs a local blog. But I think it's interesting. It looks like there's a few more people showing up here too. But it's unfortunately not surprising that a lot of people aren't showing up for the anti-war match. You get a lot of people showing up if it's Antifa or resist Marxism or something else crazy. You get a whole bunch of people showing up, but when it's anti-war, only 10 people show up.
I know, right? That's messed up. There should be more people supporting anti-war.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, because the war causes, people talk about the refugee crisis. A lot of the refugee crisis in Europe and in South America happens because of our disastrous foreign policy where we murder innocent people. We have over 700 military bases worldwide. Also, our loss of freedoms at home is because of these illegal, unconstitutional wars, the Patriot Act, the TSA, the NSA. They're all justified because of this war on terror. It doesn't make a difference, Democrat or Republican, like you said. Obama was part of all this too, so it's unfortunate. That's one of the biggest things. And human trafficking occurs, and they completely destroy countries too. Look what happened in Libya. Libya went from the most prosperous country in Africa to now they're actually selling slaves on slave blocks. Even on CNN, that's there, $400 a piece. Absolutely crazy. So slavery is back again in Africa. And look what's happened to Iraq. Look what's happening in Afghanistan. The U.S. and CIA's foreign policy has completely dominated and manipulated the entire, pretty much, history of the recent world. And it's unfortunate that more people aren't coming out to support that. But a lot of the people that you see here, there's a lot of democratic socialists, just so you guys get the context here. And there's also some people that you might identify as Antifa, because black people. There's a bunch of people like that. But there's definitely the majority of people here are leftists. I would say 90%, if not more, are leftists, and they think that, if we can just use the government to, instead of spending it on military, spend it on us. But the thing is, they don't understand the government doesn't work like that. So I think it's a futile attempt, in my opinion.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill this live stream now, guys. If I catch anything good on video, I'll post it later on. Have a good one.